Hello, this is Bacon. I'm Doc, and we're here to review Tonya. Okay, let me start by saying Tonya was the very last movie I saw in 2017, and I think it probably was the best movie that I saw in 2017. Um, I went in not knowing very much other than the subject matter. I had seen the trailer and I thought it looked funny, and so when I got in there, I was really blown away by how good it was. There's a couple things that I really want to highlight. First was just the amazing acting. I know that Allison Janney is getting all the attention, and it is well deserved. She just recently won Best Supporting Actress at the Golden Globes, and I wholeheartedly support that. But what I'll say about her in particular is that since the movie, anything that I've seen her in, it's mostly been interviews and then getting presented the award at the Golden Globes. And it's hard for me to see her as anything but that character, which is kind of a negative moving forward because it's actually frightening. Like, to that character is frightening, not just because of how terrifying she is, how malignant she is, but because how realistic I felt like it was. It seemed way too real to me, and not because I have anyone in my life like that, but it just seemed very human, that kind of character, which is more frightening than something that's very exaggerated. So that's a compliment to her, but moving forward, I may have a hard time seeing her in anything else. And then there's Margot Robbie, who played Tonya Harding, obviously, and I've seen her in a number of interviews since then, and I can have a hard time like connecting that actor Margot Robbie with the character that she played, Tonya Harding. It just seems like, who is this person they're interviewing? That what does she have to do with the movie I just saw? So that's also a pretty high compliment, I think, is that she just really kind of lost herself in that character, to the point where I've seen a couple interviews with the real Tonya Harding, and I'm like, who is this? This isn't Tonya Harding. So all around, just a great job by the two of them and all of the other supporting characters. Sebastian Stan, I'd only ever seen him in the Captain America movies, and he did a great job. And then whoever played the bodyguard is just too good, too good. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. Because it was a biopic and based on true events, you always have to compare it with the real thing. And when I was watching the movie, it's been 20 years since the events actually happened, and I would never really paid that close of attention anyway. So as I was watching the movie, I was thinking to myself, oh, they must be exaggerating this. This is no way this is how it actually happened. Even if they were basing it on the actual interviews that they conducted with the people afterwards, I was like, oh, they must be, either the person they interviewed was exaggerating or the movie makers are exaggerating, but this can't be accurate. But if you stay until the end credits, they actually show what they shot for the movie and up against the actual footage. So they show the actual footage of Tonya Harding skating right next to the footage for the movie. And it's just like moment for moment, just so close. And then they were showing the actual interview footage of the actual characters in the news at that time up against the movie recreation of those interviews. And just spot on, just amazing how accurate they got that. And so to learn that, oh no, this is actually what these people said at that time, just added a whole new layer to the movie. So that was very well done. The directing was amazing. I'd never seen a Craig Gillespie movie before. and all the art direction, the editing. It was so well paced. It just blew by. I think it'll be very easy to rewatch. I'm looking forward to seeing it again soon. So all around, just not only a very entertaining movie, but a really thought-provoking movie at the same time. And you don't get those two together at the same time too often, and that's why it's probably going to be top of my 2017 movie list. Let me just finish by acknowledging that I know a lot of people have leveled complaints against the movie for the way it doesn't take a side, but it kind of takes the side of Tonya Harding in all of this. Even though there's a lot of ambiguity, we don't know whose version is real. The version that we're seeing most closely is Tanya's version, and so I know people have complained about it. There's a lot of domestic violence in the movie that was depicted. I'm not gonna weigh in on those issues because I don't know enough about what actually happened. All I know is that for me, it took a look at these characters that were in extraordinary circumstances, but because of their own actions, they were in these extraordinary circumstances. And yes, they were facing a lot of obstacles based on class and economic status. And I just felt like it was just telling their story. And I think it's a very compelling story to look at and to think about and to make me think about, the state of our world then and just as much today, without making a final judgment about anything. So I appreciated that about the movie. If you didn't like it, I understand. This is just my opinion. So that's my review of I, Tonya. I encourage you all to see it the first chance that you get. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.